Hello everyone. Welcome to another episode of Symphony Unscripted. Today I'm sitting in Redmond on Microsoft campus. It's a nice day out. The sun is out, it's blue sky, so I have to take the opportunity to shoot this episode from outside. So I think today I'm going to talk about one of the abstractions Symphony offers, which is state seeking. So essentially, to address orchestration concerns, Symfony provides three fundamental abstractions: state seeking, information graph, and workflow. And state seeking is a major part of it. So essentially, state seeking is about your system is reporting current state, and you specify a desired state. And the state seeking system tries to bring your current state to the desired state. And this is a continuous process, right? It keeps monitoring the system current states. And if it deviates or if it drifts from the desired state, it will try to bring that state over to the desired state. And it's eventually consistent, right? Especially for large system or large deployment, the final goal is to bring that system to that desired state. And of course, there have been tons of desired state system out there, and we don't want to just introduce another one just for the sake of it. Instead, we look explicitly at the problem of multi-toolchain state seeking. Meaning if you have multiple state-seeking systems, or if you use multiple toolchains to build up your system new state, that's what Symfony is about, right? For instance, you may have like an infrastructure as code system to describe the state of your infrastructure. You may have application packages like Helm chart or Docker Compose or any other format to describe the desired state of your application. And what Symfony does is to combine those states into one unified experience so that you can describe your infrastructure state as well as your application state and to make sure they match with each other. For instance, when you have a AI payload, right? You may have a containerized AI application that downloads a new AI file and mount it as a file to your container. And you may have some configurations that you manage in some sort of database. And that would be your application, right? You can package things, let's say in a Helm chart, and you can create like a mounted volumes to mount the AI model. And but on the other hand, your AI model may require, excuse me, may require a specific hardware like a NVIDIA GPU that you are expecting the specific GPU to be present on that target, and you may need specific NVIDIA driver to be installed. Then it becomes a separate toolchain, right? This NVIDIA driver could be an application package or just some binary that you download and install on your machine. And then how do you make sure that your application is actually getting the expected hosted environment, right? Like if you can be sure that you have the compatible GPU and drivers on host. And this what Symfony allows you to do. So basically, you still module the states separately. I mean, we still have the separation of the software and hardware and also deployment. But because it's under the same orchestration system, we can do the cross match, right? We can ensure that your application is allocated on the correct target, and then everything is configured in coordination. The alternative would be, let's say, if you use a Helm chart to deploy your application, and then you use like HTTP download to download the AI model file. Then you mount the file. Then you may read from, let's say, a database for your configuration. Then you use some other toolchain to install the drivers on your host. So you can see you need to jump between different toolchains. But with Symfony, what you can do is to actually declare your software, your hardware, as well as your deployments, all in the Symfony language. Then Symfony will coordinate those tools to install everything for you. And I just want to clarify, right? Symfony itself is not a full stack update system, right? We don't want to create another state seeking system or update system. Instead, we look at the state seeking problem in a very high level abstraction. Basically, when you build up an update system, right? Let's say if you are building up a full stack solution, you need to figure out everything, right? You need to figure out what's the artifact format, where you stage it, what's the protocol to transmit those packages, and what's the mechanism to apply that on the target machine. Symfony looks at this problem in a different angle. Basically, we are saying, okay, we don't really predefine what the artifact format is. We just say, yeah, the artifact is created and put somewhere, and it's somehow transmitted to the target machine and is applied on the target machine by someone, right? So by those abstractions, we can allow different tool chains, different artifact formats to be plugged into Symfony. And then we built like a consistent workflow on top of it, such as canary deployment, gated deployment, scheduled deployment, etc. So that's where we can create this unified value out of the different tool chains, right? So instead of trying to tell our user to say, hey, you have to abandon your current doing and switch to Symfony, we say the opposite, right? We actually encourage users to keep using their existing tool chains. If you're using Helm today, yeah, you keep using Helm. If you're using CNAP, yeah, just keep using CNAP. And then when you have this requirement of orchestrating across multiple tool chains, this is where we come in, right? We can say, not only we can capture your orchestration concerns as code, but we can also orchestrate that orchestration process. And this is especially useful in the larger enterprise when you deal with multiple vendors, right? Because these vendors, they come in at different time and have different priorities, different tasks. Some is supplying hardware, some is supplying software, and some is managing configuration for you. And as these people come and go, and as the project evolves, what Symfony provides you is this stable set of artifacts that everything is explicitly defined. You can show it to people that's what the desired state is, and you can actually capture what has been done by a vendor. Then you can show it to a new vendor to say, hey, this is what happened, and this is what I expect to happen. And so this is where Symfony provides its unique value, right? Basically, we sit between tool chains and we coordinate those state seeking process. So now I think I'm ready to eat my salad. And thank you very much for listening in. I think in the next episode, probably we'll talk about like an information graph and workflow and such. But before that, thank you very much. If you have a topic on your mind, just let us know and we'll put into this show. Thank you.